Hey people, this is going on the backup channel. I'm down for 7 days. They didn't like my Mississippi election fraud movie. They didn't get the joke. It's been up for 5 months. I started with a laugh track and laughed all the way through it. I guess they just didn't get it. You can see in the description it's a joke. You know, they want our cotton and blues. So I'm fixing to either find Atlantis or break the myth one. But I found a bunch of information on it while I was reading in Genesis in the Greek. And I noticed that they had changed the word Hermes. You know, Atlas, he's the guy that holds up the world. And he also sits on the column, you know, and then holds up the span. And you can see, you know, an Atlas, also known as an Atlant or an Atlanti or an Atlantid, plural, Atlantis, is a support or sculpted in the form of a man. You know, he's the titan that holds the world on his shoulders. The first clue is old Plato. This is a copy of what Plato wrote. And the first clue is he's got his finger up. And you know, for like 100 billion years, this has been a shipping symbol. It means this end up. When you see it on a box, you always turn that end up when you're shipping it. When you open it, open this end up. And it's saying to read it backwards, all it's saying. And you can see, you know, this is America over here, and this is Europe. You know, it's drawn upside down. This is pointing north. They just worded everything upside down. It's just clues, you know. And so you read it backwards. You turn it upside down and read it backwards. Sittin, S-I-T-N. Sittin alto. All us sing. A-L-U-S-N-I. You know, S-N-I is sing in the Hebrew. Sittin alto, all us sing. You know, alto is high. All, A-L, the sky, to, T-O-T-A. You know, sit us in solis. You know, this is a A-E at the end here, and that's read as Ash, you know, the god of Ash and Solus, all by itself. At the land tide is a mare, you know, an ocean, allum absorbit tash, exment Egyptorium to the Platones, description. So Wikipedia's got a huge page on it. For something they know nothing about, they sure got a lot of writing on it. This is Atlantis Gnosis, N-H-S-O-S, Gnosis. They say it's Nisos, but it reads backwards, and it's Susan. Susan is to turn, you know, lazy Susan goes to your table and turns. You know, the Susan, to turn, sitting alto, sitting high. Sitting high too. And some of the writings about it, they describe it as many concentric circles. You know, it's like this. So I run into this, you know, reading up on the Roman god Hermes. And it's because it's one of the words they didn't change in the Greek and in the Hebrew Bible. You know, the reptiles of the ones crawling is the herp, H-E-R-P. Herpedon, the herpedon, and the herponton, the herping. You know, when you go snake hunting, you go herping. You go turning over rocks, herping. And here in the Hebrew, you know, and the creeping thing is worms, W-R-M-S, worms. And over here, you know, to rule over every creepy thing that creeps on the earth is Hermes. Hermes is the creepy thing. E-R-M-S, Hermes. So I had noticed in this Greek, you know, every time it talks about a day in creation, it's talking about the day coming, you know, and again it to aspire, you know, to go out, the light's out, and again it to prow. You know, prow is the front of the boat, you know, coming in. Come the Ra, come the sun, and Tet art. And this isn't fourth, this is 9 arc, 9 spaces between. And I was looking at this old Roman calendar, and 9 spaces between is May, and month of Maya, and this is the mother of Hermes, right? May, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 spaces between before the new year starting on March again. The 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th month. September 7, Octum 8, Novum 9, Decem 10. And so the 9 spaces between was Mia, the mother of Mercury. And then that's what it starts to talk about here, is into the data of the herptu, the reptiles, the herpitu, suction, and Zeuson, the father of Mercury, and to patina, brass. The patina is the color that you get on brass. The petamin, and the circle these goes, and catatu, catalog, catatu, according to, under, catatu, the stereoma, from stereo, from both sides. So I went to reading on Hermes a little more. He was from Zeus and Mia, and his symbols include the rooster and the Herma. And so this Herma, it's a ERMHS, Hermes, and it's just a square rock with a head and a pecker. And they were so called either because of the head of Hermes was most common, but not always, or from their etymological connection with the Greek word hermata, block of stone. And so, when you go herping these days, you go turn over 10, but they didn't have 10, so they go and turn over stones when they went herping, the hermata, block of stone. And they would set these up, in boundary markers, crossroads, the crossroad sign, and it would say familia, the family, FQMLIA, familia, DATS, DAX, DATZ, DATS, Neo, NEO, the new nose, NOX, NOS, nose. Epac of L is of honor, ANER. This is an O here, and this is an ancient R. When they were using this as a P, this was even before. This is the R is the sun, Ra, the honor, the pack of honor, the family that knows the pack of honor. And so Hermes was god of thieves, and the nose would be chipped off most of these. And they say it's because so many people rubbed it for good luck. They say this block of stone, which originally had no reference to Hermes at all, the form originated from ancient Greece and was adopted by the Romans, called Mercury, the ocean carry, Mercury, ocean carry, and revived at the Renaissance in the form of term figures in Atlantis. In earliest times, the Greek Venus were worshipped in the form of a heap of stones, or a shapeless column of stone or wood. People would go by, and to pay their homage, they would throw another stone on the pile. And that's what attracts snakes. They love a pile of rocks. But this Atlas, an Atlas, or Atlanti, Atlantid, plural, Atlantis, is a support sculpted in the form of a man, which may take the place of a column or a pier. And the Roman term for such a sculpted support is a telemon. And so, tele, like telephone, tele means a long distance. the span, the distance from on, the telemon. They're the two columns, and the distance spans across them. But atlas has a couple other meanings. Atlas is a book of maps or charts. So the difference between a map and a chart, a map is something an army is going to need to go over land, and a chart is over the water, where you can actually chart your course. You're just riding over flat water. The maps gives you an idea what's there, so you can find a way around it. But it's also the topmost vertebrae of the backbone, the one that's holding your skull up, and a stone carving of a male figure. And so this atlas vertebrae looks like this. If you were making an Argo Nautica, a chart for the waters, something you sail by, you're gonna use all the waters in the ports. That's the things that you're interested in, is the things that's in the water, and some of the things on the land. But you're gonna put your artwork or writings, you're gonna put them over land. You're not gonna put them over the water. You're gonna put them on big parcels of land, to put any information on there. But if you were more interested in showing the land masses, you might put this information over here over the water. You might even put an atlas vertebrae out there to let everybody know that this is the atlas. And you might put some information like your scale in there, as a telemon, the distance from on your scale. And so a sailor might be looking at a land map, and he might think that this is an atlas, an Atlanta. He might think it's a piece of an island out there, an atoll. Not used to seeing this over the water, in his maps this would be over the land. Or this information might be surrounded by a couple of telemons. A telemon, a sculptural support, a telemon, an atlas. And so all these words connect, and they mean the same thing. And so when Plato's talking about this Atlanta out here in the Atlantic Ocean, this island of Atlantis, it's all coded information. It's a joke. So this Hermes or Mercury, the same one, is the messenger of the gods. And this Mer, the ocean carry, the carrier. And I'm sure this is an ancient postman's hat. And this curry, this is the word they give Lord all through the Greek Bible. The curry, the Merlord, the ocean's Lord. So I'm going to put this up on my backup Jesus Christ channel while my other channel's down. And if you're new and found this here, I put most of my stuff up here on this strictly educational magic channel, and it's shut down for a week because YouTube can't take a joke. And if they shut down both of these, I got a third backup called Secrets of the Universe channel. So this is the bronze serpent that Moses put up. This is Mercury's staff. Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.